Hey there, this is Melinda, and you're about to listen to the Bone Podcast. We'd like to remind you that the Bone Podcast is a comedy podcast, and despite me telling you that I'm a scientist, I'm not, or a doctor, or an expert of any kind. All the research was performed by some idiots who apparently have too much time on their hands. All information contained within is for entertainment purposes only. Our language is lewd, obscene, crass, and generally offensive, so if that's not your particular cup of tea, this podcast might not be for you. Or if it is, and you have children that are still up, maybe come back later. If you're still here, enjoy the show.
I pressed this button to start recording. It does. All right. We're in, you guys.
We're in.
We're going to do some fun stuff today. We're going to talk about weird things with J-Roc. J-Roc has a weird thing he wants to say.
Yeah.
I do. I don't think it's weird. Well, actually, no, it's
I've
weird.
known you, how long have you known you? 14, 13, 15, 12?
Something like that.
It's been a while. I think it's going to be weird.
It is weird. It's a it's a scenario in our What If series, and
What if?
so you are
Series.
part of a team that's on a spaceship that's out in the outer edges of the known universe, right?
Is this like an escape room?
The universe.
Why would it be an escape room if you're in a spaceship?
I don't know.
They have escape rooms in spaceships.
Yeah. You're in
I
an
don't think
escape
that's a
room
thing
in
at all.
space.
How do you
Go on.
know?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's no escape rooms.
They
in
had
any
an escape
spaceships.
room on Star Trek.
Well, that's
They
a-
have escape pods. That's kind of like a big escape pod.
I didn't realize we were talking about
Oh.
fictional spaceships.
Oh.
That's not fictional.
Anyways, yeah. So this is a fictional spaceship too.
Oh,
You
okay.
are-
I
you're-
was-
So
what is
you
that-
brought it up.
so
You're
why
like,
can't we
I
have an
wasn't
escape
aware
room?
that
fine.
we were
There's a
talking
fucking
about
escape room.
space.
in there, Okay. Are you happy? Any other questions? Can I get on with my
Not
thing?
yet.
Okay.
Okay. You're on a spaceship
I'm on a spaceship.
with a escape room in it, and you're heading out to land on a planet, which NASA did just find a planet they think could be
Habitable.
inhabited by life. It's
Hmm.
slightly smaller than Earth and slightly warmer, but they
Let's go
say it's,
dominate it.
you're going to that planet,
Oh, okay.
right?
Yeah.
You were sent out from NASA to go search that planet. You get there, you discover, okay, there is life. You land, you make contact with the aliens.
I fuck it.
Yeah, I was gonna say how quick until we penetrate
where we're going?
We were gonna-
Did I jump the shark?
Not quite.
Ah.
I was eventually going to get to that because this is what I was thinking, but
How soon do you fuck the aliens? I'm
well,
just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Go on.
we can take a break on that real quick. So you're not worried about like what they look like or if they have a
Mm.
cloaca or a similar
A phallus.
whatever orifice that you're gonna plunder or
If it's available, if the alien's into it, I'm into it.
You're
too.
doing it.
I'll do it.
Alien. Wait, is that the question?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, I thought we'll circle back to that. I am curious what you're gonna say. We'll circle back.
okay. So you make first contact. You spend a little time with them. You get to know their language. You're at a stage where you can communicate,
Mhm.
and you discover that this alien life form does not have a realization of the concept of deceit.
Oh,
So you can trick them very, very easily. They're very, very gullible.
I won't. Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do with that information?
I wouldn't fuck it. I would feel terrible.
Yeah, now I don't want to fuck it
Yeah.
Because it,
because I'd be tricking it into.
so in your first scenario, the alien wanted to,
Yeah, if the alien
Bang me.
wanted to bang me, I'd bang the alien
Yeah.
because I appreciate it when people want to bang me.
But if you're like, our species is in danger and this is the only way, and they're like, oh, okay. And you're like, actually, no, I can't do that. That's just sad.
well,
So it's like a puppy.
How advanced is this
They're real dumb.
civilization?
let's say they're about where we're at. So
Oh.
they have a lot of technology. They have money. The concept of money is very real.
So
Mhm.
this is like that Ricky Gervais movie,
Which one?
The Invention of Lying.
Yeah.
or
Where
something like that.
he can tell a lie, but nobody else can.
He just wakes up and nobody around him has ever told a lie or knows what a lie is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I'm getting at.
Can I go back? Like, I don't. It would be so.
Wait,
I
so
think-
what's the question?
What would you do the situation of them being so, like, innocent?
You can tell them you're God and they'll believe you.
Okay.
And then they'll do anything you want.
I'm not going to do that.
Anything.
Yeah, it's real tempting, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
I'd probably just go back and be like, this isn't fun.
But how do we get there?
You're on a spaceship with
With an escape room.
an escape room.
But is it just us or is there a bunch of other shit asses with us?
It's a small crew because you're the tip of the spear. You're way out there by yourself.
Mhm.
It took you, I don't know, a year to get out there.
1 year?
Yeah.
That's
It's
really fast.
efficient. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's super efficient.
Okay.
Were
10
we in
years.
some kind of stasis?
Yeah, you've been asleep.
We were asleep the whole time?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know. Maybe I just like chill out and not come back and be like, ooh, things are really nice here. I'm not gonna go back.
So you wouldn't tell them you're God or,
No,
or tell them.
you know how I'm just too guilty all the time. I couldn't do something like that. What would you do, Jared?
I would probably tell them I'm God.
Yeah, just-
Because in a way I kind of am, because we came down from the stars and we have technology that
Technically, we are gods.
no, you didn't build anything. I thought.
Everyone knows God came in a spaceship.
Mm.
well theirs did. It does now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, to be God, wouldn't you have created something? You didn't create shit,
Created the spaceship.
but they don't know that.
Yeah,
of
they don't
course.
know that.
Yeah.
And I'm on that crew, so obviously I have some sort of skills that I was selected amongst all the
So
people.
this
on
is a
Earth to be
super
the-
imaginary scenario.
Mhm.
Yes. Well, obviously.
Jared was
Because
like,
there's no scenario where we get picked to go on a spaceship.
I like how Jared
Unless it's
came in being like, why are we talking about fictional spaceships? And then you go on with a very fictional story about me being a scientist that can man a spacecraft when I back into people's
Well,
cars on a
I didn't
regular
say
basis.
you were a scientist.
Well,
You just
You could be
keep
the
trying to
mechanic.
make yourself a scientist.
I know. I'm a scientist.
You
Just
could
kidding, I'm not.
you could tell the aliens that
I'm
you're
a scientist,
and
and be
there's
like,
not
yeah.
a thing they could do about it.
There was a lady who
This
actually.
is your chance.
There was a woman who went
You
to
can
Africa.
finally be the fake scientist you've always wanted to be.
There was a woman who went to Africa and told them that she was a doctor.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
people
and
that
it was
do that.
not
It's actually
great.
a thing.
Well, see, and so I wouldn't suggest Africa because my thought was, well, I don't want them to be humans because then there's an empathy.
Because you don't want to
factor
fuck
to it.
humans.
Well, I do.
Oh,
No, so it wasn't about fuck. You were the one that brought up fucking.
that's true. I did do that. Well, like in this scenario where you tell them you're God, you're not going to fuck them.
I mean, I'm probably gonna, yeah, eventually, or they're gonna make me like a fuck doll.
Oh, jeez.
Like make you a fuck doll.
Yeah,
So they're going to
no,
fuck you.
make a fuck doll for me,
Oh,
No.
make for you a fuck doll.
or maybe I'll be their fuck doll. I don't know. You spend that much time out in the stars and priorities
man,
start
You
to
get-
change.
I'm not here to shame you.
Wow.
If you want to be a fuck doll, I support that, I guess.
Like, I went to 15 years plus schooling just to go onto an alien planet and become a fuck doll.
Who did?
Jared.
That's not all I'm doing.
No. Because
That
that was
business
just
degree
one
is
night.
really
Yeah.
working out for you.
I'm their king.
That's what he wants, though. I mean, that is a win.
His plan.
If he wants to be a fuck doll, that's winning. If he gets to become a fuck doll,
but what if it's not
don't
great?
shame his degree.
What if it's like but here's the deal. How do you know? I guess
you're
if
a
you,
fuck doll,
well, no, I was going to say, like, how do you know their
you just
their
play dead.
mating ritual? Because what if it's like a prey mantis situation and you're like, oh yeah, and things are getting hot and heavy, and then they just like
Well,
lop
you
off
just,
your head.
You just let one of the other crew members go first and see what happens.
Well, you're forgetting that I can tell them anything. I can tell them if they
Don't eat
kill
me.
me afterwards, then I'll
Yeah,
come
Yeah.
back more powerful than ever before,
that's true.
and I will murder them all.
When you brought up this situation, I was kind of thinking of that Kevin Costner movie from the 90s. What was that?
Dances with
Tin
Wolves.
Cup.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Dances with Wolves, but alien. Oh no, they already have a movie like that. It's Avatar. Never mind.
What's the connection?
Well, I was just thinking like you going to
are you
like
suggesting that the Indians were
They're Native Americans.
Native Americans. In that movie, they were Indians.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, but I was thinking about like going to a very like an untouched area and then putting your all over it.
Is that what Kevin Costner did?
Yeah.
Did he? I had to check this movie out.
I mean, it just like all of the West. I just feel like that's the same story. People go there, people believing like, or even the Mayans, like they believed that they were all gods.
No, now that you say that's exactly what we did. We
Yeah.
just lied to them over and over
Yeah.
again. Like,
Yeah.
sign this treaty. We'll totally honor it.
Yeah. Or like going
That's
to.
fine. This is the last time we're going to take any land.
Yeah.
This is the last.
This is the last time we pillage you guys.
If you could just go over here, you'll be fine. We'll leave it.
Guys, we've already got all your stuff. We're not going to take more of your stuff.
Yeah. So you just pretty much, you're like, what would you do if, so being humans, we would just do the same thing. You would just do the same thing.
You're just going to white man all over space.
Oh, yeah. I would white man it hard. I would colonize the shit out of that planet.
It is really tempting to just white man it up.
Yeah.
No. I think being a lady, I'd just go there and I'd either chill, like a vacation.
Well, think about it, though.
Let them do their own thing.
Like, in this room, like, we're all pores, right? So, we're at the bottom of the food chain. And the reason, or most of the reason that we're at the bottom of the food chain is because all of the shit's been taken already.
I was born into a poor family. I didn't ask for this.
Exactly. But, like, all the shit got taken, like, when all the land is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The United States was, like, the last untouched place. And then a bunch of white people came, grabbed all the shit, kept all the shit, gave it to their families. And now you have all this fucking... And the poor stay poor.
Yeah.
So J-Roc is just trying to, that's a new frontier where he can be the first guy and get all the shit before everyone else gets all the shit.
Well, they have it. I'm just taking it from them.
Yeah, you're taking it from them.
And I'm not taking all of it. I would be a benevolent.
I mean, they're
God.
asking for it.
They are. I mean,
putting that out there. Their planet.
You haven't figured
outer
out the concept of
space.
deceit.
They were just sitting on their planet, just like loving each other.
Yeah.
Fucking
Peace,
idiots.
harmony.
I didn't say that they were loving people. They could be a warrior race.
I mean, that doesn't jive with like.
Why
really
would you?
stupid...
Yeah, but here's the deal. Why would you fight somebody? Why would you? I think you fight out of
Wouldn't
deceit,
they turn on you?
right? Like if you said this is my land, and they're like, no, this is my land. I feel like.
Yeah, what are they fighting about then?
Yeah.
See, that doesn't jive.
Lying isn't the only reason wars start. If anything, being truthful is what starts a fight more than anything.
Or being
Name one time.
I feel like being
Name a time when a war started over somebody telling the truth.
Their truth. So that's
Yeah,
you had to understand
Hitler
like,
was telling his own truth, like
or like you had to think
he
of
believed it.
like religious wars.
Sure, he did.
Oh, maybe he did.
Yeah, like religion wars or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Crusades.
Holy wars. Yeah,
they truly thought they were doing a great thing.
Yeah.
Bringing Christianity to them dumb Browns.
Oh,
I don't buy that.
I think, or do you think that they were trying to be deceitful because they want money? Do you think that was like under pretenses?
Yeah, I think it was money. I think they were all kidding themselves. I don't know.
Well, then they fight overt wars over money. They say we want your money and we're going to come take it. They don't have to be warrior. They could be anything.
Okay. You said they were warriors.
But I said they could be.
Oh. All right. So J-Roc's going to do the shitty thing.
I'm just going to chill, I think.
Melinda's going to chill.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and stop J-Roc.
Oh, there we go. You land first. You tell him that you're God. And then Dan lands like a day later and he's the other God. And then it's kind of like...
I'm not going to tell him that I'm God. I'm going to tell them he's not
They're going to
God.
think that you're Satan. This is how...
Yeah, I'm going to tell him you're Satan.
They're going to think that you're
He's going to tell him I'm Satan. And I'm going to be like, I'm not Satan. I'm just a dude trying to tell you dipshits that guy's not a god.
And then
I'd be like, isn't that exactly what Satan would say?
Yeah.
Right.
And then he's going to teach him about deceit and be like, that man's trying to deceit you.
I'm going to be that planet's first Satanist.
Lucifer. Wow.
Or Satan, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to be that guy.
Yeah.
We all know Satan's the good guy. I'm going to be the good guy.
Okay. Well,
Melinda's dying over there.
Yeah.
She's going to die. So let's talk about replacements for Melinda.
like top 10?
Yeah. Do we know anybody?
I was thinking like Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
Do you think she's going to come be on the podcast?
actually,
ask.
we were talking
Alison
about
Brie.
who's the lady who plays Barbie? What's her name?
Your mom.
Oh, no, she wouldn't be there. Margot Robbie?
Margot.
Margot Robbie. She was in an eating competition. She's
She ate a bunch of spaghetti.
Yeah.
For,
We should have her on here.
For what reason?
I think
What was
to
she
eat a
trying?
shit ton of
Concert
spaghetti.
tickets or something? I don't know. She won though.
Good for her.
She'd be a good replacement.
Yeah, we should get her.
Yeah.
If Melinda chokes on
Yeah, I vote on.
water or whatever that is.
No, it's bronchitis.
You're gonna choke on you're drinking.
I have a cup full of bronchitis.
All right. I think we're gonna wrap this up because it's getting
Weird.
kind of dumb. Started out good.
Yeah.
And then Melinda ruined it.
Sorry.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We'll be back in a few minutes with some other thing. Maybe?
Yeah.
We're coming back? Yeah. All right, we'll be right back. All right, we're back now. I'm doing the radio voice, and Melinda's here to say
Yeah.
some dumb shit.
I've already said some dumb shit. This is the second time that we've
This is
done
the
this.
second time Melinda is saying some dumb shit. All right,
Yeah.
go Melinda.
If you could choose having like a soul CD, like, you know, like an album that you really enjoy, that you listen to over and over again, that completely made your like summer or your year or whatever.
So you're saying that speaks to your soul,
Yeah,
not
exactly.
like soul music.
Yeah, like speaks to your soul. So
Can it
an
be
artist,
soul music?
it could be soul music. It's whatever speaks to you. So whatever genre, and you find this band that has this really good album, and you listen to the album over and over and over again. But the rest of the stuff that they put out for the rest of their time is shit, right? Or would you have a band that is like okay, that you enjoy listening to? They put out 4 pretty okay albums. Would you rather go for the soul searching CD that you just listen to on repeat and you'll never be matched again by the artist? Or would you rather have an artist that comes out with multiple albums and you're like, this is good. No, I could put this out there. So that's my question.
Okay, I have questions about your premise.
Yes.
Why would I have to pick?
Well, I'm just saying like that's kind of the
Because
topic,
both
right?
those things already exist.
But what
So
would
I
you
need you to
gravitate
paint
towards?
me a scenario where I have to pick. Otherwise, I won't.
Well, I don't know. It's not like you have to pick it. It's just what speaks more to you. Like what do you think is more valuable in your eyes? The one CD that you
same.
could listen to. I don't know. There's a couple of CDs that
They're both pretty mid.
I say CDs and those don't exist anymore. I don't know why I say that.
They still exist.
Oh,
Oh, do they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I mean, I have several CDs still.
Can you buy
They
a CD?
exist.
Yeah,
just
I
don't
bought.
listen to them anymore.
No, actually, that was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, when was the last time you bought a CD?
It's been a while.
the
actually-
last Tool one that came out.
Oh.
I bought Villains. was
Oh,
the
I
last
bought
CD
Villains
I bought.
too.
Oh yeah, I think about that
Yeah.
too.
But that was like 6 years ago now.
Yeah, it was, huh?
That's creepy.
Yep.
That was a good album.
It was a good album.
But there's other albums out there. Like I feel like Metallica's one, and maybe I don't know. I didn't grow up in the '80s, but like I'm like I don't know. Like all this stuff that they put out, I'm like I just wish they would have stopped. So
So I'll just take a great, like, mind melting album
Yeah.
because I got other bands I can listen to too.
Yeah.
Like I don't need more than one album from them. I got other music.
So Dan, you're saying that
So-
you don't care if you found like that really good album that just completely imprinted your life versus Like a bunch of like, meh, this is okay.
I
I
don't think there's ever been a band that just had one.
feel like 30 Seconds to Mars had one really good album, and then
I don't even think they had one.
yeah. But of course, I was
I think they're complete trash.
like in high school when that one album came out, so maybe that's why I kind of gravitated towards it. Versus,
I feel like Live only really had one good album.
No, they
Yeah,
didn't. They had
no.
like 3.
I don't know.
Mm.
I feel like that one. The issue that I have with Live is they're super religious, so they have a bunch of like undertones.
Throwing Copper was good. Secret Samadhi was good. So that's 2 at least. I can't think of the other one, but there's
I
at
didn't
least
like
2.
Secret Samadhi.
Well, you're fucking
What's funny
dumb.
is I like the Smashing Pumpkins. I only like Siamese Dream. That's the only album that I like out of them. But you like J-Roc,
No,
right?
Gish.
Oh, you like Gish? I don't like Gish. See, that's another band where I think the rest of Smashing Pumpkins, sorry, Billy, whatever his name is, I don't like any of their music, but I just like that one album, and I don't know. And that's what got me thinking on that was I was listening to Siamese Dream, and I was
So
like,
so that's your soul album.
Yeah.
That's what impacts your life heavily is Siamese Dream.
yeah, for a while there, I was just listening to that like all day, every day. It was summertime, and I was like, oh, can't get any better than this. And then I went on to another, like a J-Roc or whatever, and I was like, oh, this sucks.
See, that's so.
I can't
That's
think
why
of
I'm
what,
fine with just a one banger,
Yeah.
one badass album, because then I'll listen to that album and then I can go listen to the.
what's the
hundreds of other
situation? Did
bands.
they just suck after they? Because there's like Jeff Buckley had one album and
But
then
didn't he die?
died.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
he died. That's why. Oh, well, that's a good point.
Does
So
Mad Season, they would fall into that.
Yeah, they had one album and then Lane
and
Staley
then he
died.
died. So what you're saying is put out a banger album and then they die, and like you're like, oh, I wish we would have more, but it's also sweet because you don't have to listen to their Say Anger or whatever bullshit's out there.
I don't know. I don't understand what the Metallica hates. I like the last one,
Well, that
Yeah,
last
and
one was
I-
okay.
and Death Magnetic was good too.
Nah.
Saint Anger gets a lot of bad press, but I didn't think it was that bad of an album.
Well, I would-
Actually, it's not that bad. I've gone back and listened to it.
I don't know. I just didn't. Maybe it caught me at the wrong time, and maybe that's
Once you get used to the snare drum,
yeah. I saw
I've-
them. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The Saint Anger thing was definitely like that was in vogue.
Uh-huh.
You do it because your friend, like that was the joke. Was that fucking
yeah, it's
sucks."
like Nickelback.
So everybody just jumped
just
on it,
didn't-
and they're like, yeah, that album does suck. But then,
Everyone says they hate Nickelback, but somebody's buying those fucking albums.
yeah, exactly.
Somebody's out there.
It's like the Bill Burr joke. Everybody was rollerblading until one guy got called gay for it, and then everybody stopped.
Until that
So
joke.
name one.
Yeah.
That joke ruined it.
What's your favorite song off of Say Anger? Because that's the thing. Like you say, it's not that bad of an album, but like, what's your favorite? Is it Say Anger? Is that your favorite song off that album?
I don't really have I don't listen to Metallica a lot, but I just don't. I didn't think that was a bad album.
No.
Maybe that's why. Maybe because they're not one of my top 10 bands, so my
Well, they got
opinion of them is.
they got
high.
Metallica because everybody wanted another of what they have already done.
Oh, so you're
and they
saying
did something different.
So
and
you're
everyone
saying,
hated
yeah,
it.
and I appreciate that too, though, because I've had that conversation where an artist will put something different out, and people are like, "Ooh, this isn't like what you used to do." But at the same time, if you do, it's like Five Finger Death Punch. Their first album was like, "Whoa, what is this?" And then they kept on putting out that first album over and over again, and now it's like, meh.
Yeah. Who's that other band that did that?
Volbeat.
They're from Boston.
Is it Boston?
No, Boston's great.
Yeah.
Is it Go Go Bordello?
Yes.
They actually just play the
Yes,
same
but
song
no.
over and over again.
Yeah.
They just
For
did one
hours.
song, not one album. Actually, man, they're on Keel all the time. Godsmack.
Oh yeah. See, Godsmack, they were like
I really liked that first
Yeah.
song, but then they just kept doing it.
they never changed it up. And so that's what I'm saying is like, would you rather just? I'm not saying would you rather, but I keep on going back to it. I can't stop.
You can't say the thing and then say you're not saying it.
I'm not saying
This
would
is
you
being
rather.
recorded. Like it's obvious that you just said it.
If you had your choice.
This is a would you rather, isn't
Yeah.
it?
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you had your choice, would you rather? God damn it!
I would obviously
God damn it!
prefer to not have the same song over and over again.
So just the one really good album versus chasing that high of
I don't like this whole premise.
Sorry, Dan's
silly.
gonna ground me. He's gonna say no more. As soon as he we like press stop, he's gonna scream at me. We'll just keep recording so that way Dan doesn't press stop and scream at me.
Oh,
Anyways,
man. I feel like I'm being thrown under the bus here, like some kind of abuser.
He's
I've
sitting
never
here.
yelled at Melinda in real life.
He's
just
actually
to let everyone know.
Listeners, he's dragging his finger across his neck and pointing at me very aggressively across the room.
It's not happening. They can't see me doing this.
No. See, you just
Now
did it.
Now it's happening.
Well, sorry for.
Well,
I just thought it was a good premise. Like, I don't know. I listened to the same. Like, I have a season of music where I'll listen to a CD over and over again during the summertime.
Well, because I think like if the band's good, if they don't die or break up, then they're gonna put out another album that's good.
Until they put out an album that's okay.
I mean, it might not be commercially successful, or you might get used to it. You might get bored of their thing.
And maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'm just bored of the things.
I think there can be a fall off.
Well,
I didn't care for the Black Keys.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, this happens to a lot of bands because what happens when you're a band is you spend the first 10 years of your career practicing this same set of songs, and then you put it on the first album, and it's great. And then you have 6 months to write the second album.
Because you're obligated to get it done for the record label.
Yeah. And that happens all the time. But
if they were allowed to work on those songs for
another 10 years.
10 years, they'd probably be righteous. But
you know, I think there's like Chevelle's an example. Chevelle's always been, for me, like a really solid band. Like they don't blow my mind every time they put out an album, but it's always
enjoyable.
It's always Chevelle.
Yeah.
I always like it.
I know.
Their first album was really great though.
Yeah, number one.
It's their best album. But all the ones afterwards, I mean, like the one with the third one, I forget what it's called. That was huge.
Yeah.
That's when they got.
Was that
huge?
Huge.
Huge. It's huge.
He's huge.
It's really fucking big, you guys. Anyway.
Yeah. Well,
that's what I think.
Yeah.
I'd rather have.
Oh, you would rather?
I would rather have. I don't know what I was gonna say.
Good album?
I mean, if I had to pick, good album, I guess. One good album. But then we get to kill him, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe that should be it. Like you could put out.
So we get to decide if the band gets to live.
You listen to an album and you're like, "Damn, that's so good. We cannot let you go on," and then you murder the crew, or you say, "That was okay. Do another."
Do another forever.
So if you would you?
Well, that's not hard. If I'm the band, I'm just gonna put out shitty music so I don't die.
Well, they don't know.
They don't know
we're
that
deciding this. It's just random. We're like serial killers that kill bands.
Oh, you're in your basement listening to it. Like,
yeah, I just find new music, and then if it's good, I kill them.
And then if it's bad, let them do another.
Let them go.
Yeah. But it's like the Romans of being like, "Ooh, that glass is too good. I'm gonna have to kill you now."
I don't understand that.
Some guy put what is that called, borax, whatever the chemical compound for borax is, and made essentially Pyrex, like with this back in the Roman times. So he brought it and he's like, "Oh, look, it's unbreakable glass," and they're like, "Oh," and then they killed him because they didn't want him to make unbreakable glass. It's just
because the big glass corporation didn't.
Roman Glass Corporation,
their profits.
Yeah.
Were there any chickens on the big glass corporation?
They were pre-chicken glass.
Pre-chicken?
Yeah.
So there were eggs.
Oh yeah, the Egg Corp.
All right, we done
Sorry,
here?
guys.
This
I really am
course.
sorry.
It's not. It wasn't too bad.
That was good.
No.
It was good. I'm just talking shit.
Sure.
Something's happening. All right, we'll be back in a minute, everyone.
Well, hello. This is Melinda, and I'm bringing Dan in. Dan, do you have a bone to pick?
I do have a bone to pick.
It was more NPR voice.
Oh,
than-
I don't know how to do.
That was more talk radio.
Hi.
So
Like
what's the
DJ.
secret
Today
between
at the tiny desk, we have Beck.
Well, today at the tiny desk we have Dan, the bone to pick. But how do you do a radio voice? Because I feel like that's a very male thing.
Yeah, I think it is.
Because you have to have kind of a gravelly.
Yeah, just go, hey.
Hey, this is
All right,
Hey,
we're in
Cats,
Chicago.
getting ready for the next hour.
Fart.
Sunday, and Saturday. My bone to pick is with, I don't know, I think we might have already done this, but it's with landlords.
Mm.
They're
I think
fucking terrible.
We didn't have one specifically on landlords, but they have come up, I think.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not all the worst. Maybe it's not landlords. Maybe it's real estate speculation.
Thinking like institutional landlords.
Yes. Yeah. They're the worst.
Yeah. I think that's kind of one of the main reasons why the housing crisis is so big right now.
I think so.
I also think that's what's holding rents high at the moment.
Yeah.
Because occupancy rates are down, but rent isn't dropping.
Didn't you send me a video about, and maybe you'll go into it, about these landlords all basing pricing off of like an app or some sort of...
Yeah. So basically, I can't remember what town it was in. Can you remember? Was it Phoenix?
I can't remember.
Anyway, there's basically a cartel of rent happening in certain large cities where they use an app. They sign up for this company. I don't remember the name of it. I didn't do much research.
Is it Vine? No, I'm
Yeah,
just kidding.
they all got Vine, and they all made like 6-second long videos, and then the rent shot up.
That good.
Is that
Yeah.
still around?
No, the
Nah,
next best thing
so
was TikTok, and
they
then it went
killed it.
downhill. Yeah.
They killed it.
Oh, they're killing all of them.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought.
They made Vines rent.
Oh yeah, there's some rent app or rent company where they basically make you sign up, and you kind of have to sign up because like 70% of all the other real estate property management companies.
So if you want to stay like
if you want to stay
in competition
in
or
competition, and so they set the rent for you, and so when you have a monopoly like that, they're just going to set it to whatever they want to,
Is it?
and
Are
you
they
can't compete with them.
they like the gatekeeper to the MLS or something? Like you can't post your listings on a website unless you have the
Right. They tell you what to put on there. And you signed a contract that says that you'll do what they say.
stay up
and
to
they-
par.
So they
Yeah.
set. Yeah, that's like what I was saying was technically occupancy rates are down. They overbuilt multifamily. We should see rent dropping right now, and it's not. And I
Yeah.
think that's a big reason why is because it's fixed basically.
Well,
is
yeah,
what it is.
and here's why I'm bitching about it, because this just happened to me. So they bought the house that I'm renting, sight unseen, and they're trying to raise the rent on us.
And not to
So basically,
say
they just bought it for what they, whatever the average they think it should be,
asking price.
and they're going to make the money regardless.
And I made the point, not to say that this isn't a bad place, but I'm just saying
This place fucking sucks.
it needs some upkeep. And so the fact that they raised the rent,
It's a
and-
shithole.
and maybe if they were to come in and like redo the siding or something.
I mean,
don't know.
they're gonna have to redo the whole thing. This place fucking blows.
But then I've heard nightmares of what it's like when you're in a house that they're constantly working on and having to do your windows and your siding.
Yeah,
and coming
that's
in
kind of
and
what we're
out.
going through.
And then you're talking to 3 different people because it's not a landlord, it's a property management group. So then you got to talk to them, and they're out in Seattle or New York or LA, and you can't get a hold of them. It's just like trying to call your
Right.
your mobile carrier.
And that's one of the things too. Like, I think two of the bigger companies are owned by Blackstone or BlackRock or whatever, one of those companies, and they do that too. And they try to. I think they recently changed it because they weren't having luck, but it was 2-year leases. So they on their ads they say everything that you want to hear. They're like, you can have a dog, you can do blah blah blah, and because they don't care, they're not gonna keep up the house anyway.
Yeah.
And then if you Google the names of these companies, there's just nothing but people saying like, oh, we lived there for a year and they wouldn't fix the AC, then they wouldn't fix the heat, and then
You have like a pipe burst and you're stuck with it.
and there's no person that you can talk to. It's just an app. And you can put it, they're like, oh, it's streamlined. You just put in your service request on the app so we can fucking
And they
ignore
don't
it.
care because they're just making money. Like
Yeah.
it's like they don't care. They're not living there.
Yeah.
It's not their grandmother's
they
house
never
that you
will.
purchased and that you're renting out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or so just didn't you say that you had a house next to you that it wasn't for rent, but they came, they bought it, they flipped it, and then they instantly put it back on the market for a substantial
60 grand more than what they bought it for.
Yeah.
Within, I want to say it was 60 days.
And I guarantee that wasn't a great flip. Like that being quick.
No, they didn't do shit.
Well,
Yeah.
it can't because they have to pay full capital gains tax on that, right?
But that's what I was wondering. I was like, I don't know how they're getting around. They pay 20% on that. I guess when you're getting 60 grand more, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's also, I'm sure they have some way to skirt that too. So
It's-
they probably don't pay
it's
that.
gross. So now you're buying a house way more than what it should be. Really shitty flip. I don't know. I think that the whole thing is. I think that we shouldn't be able to rely on big company real estate.
I think we should be able to fight these people.
Yeah, like fist fight.
Yeah, like fist fight. So, like if I have a complaint about my house, like I do now, I'm like, I don't think the rent should go up because this place is a shithole. And then the landlord goes, I think it should go up because I got bills to pay or whatever his fucking story is. And then I get on an app and then I put his name in and then we get to fight each other.
Yeah, in the arena.
Yeah.
The arena of death.
Everybody
Ar-
comes out on Friday night
Yeah.
Arena app.
cheering.
Landlord fights, dude.
Yeah.
In
People would
this corner,
fucking
we got
love
Dan
it.
Luda fighting his landlord.
You
Yeah.
just doxed him, bro.
People.
Ooh.
Oh, I did.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we already said that.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
only a matter of time.
Yeah. But yeah, it would be a great app. It's like, could we do anybody, not just like landlords? Like if we want to fight our boss or something or our dad, we just put it in there and they get like a little invite, like, hey, so and so wants to fight you, and you can accept, or you could didn't like.
Well, maybe we
Be a
could.
pussy. Like
Yeah,
that's
but
the
you
other
also have to pay.
checkbox.
But if you're going to like say no, then you have to pay like $20.
No,
So-
it should be worse. It should be like they have to wear like a.
They leak your nudes.
we
say
s-
no,
we,
and
like,
it just like
sue-
instantly.
Yeah, we leak their nudes.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say a bumper sticker, but yeah,
I was gonna
Like
go real
strips.
gross with it, so I'm glad you said it. You said
You say no, and it like uploads instantly your worst picture that you've taken on your phone. You're like, oh no,
yeah.
how did
Yeah.
they get that?
yeah, well, you know,
You're just like taking a shit.
AI. It takes a picture of wherever you are whenever you say no.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, like the double chin and
Ooh.
everything.
Should just fought that guy.
Yeah.
And it just AI's a tiny penis on you.
Huge
What do you-
bush, but tiny penis.
So what if you are challenged and then you win?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get then?
You get whatever you
Free,
wanted.
yeah, the free
Well, but
house.
I'm saying like if you challenged your landlord,
free year rent.
you get the
Well,
house free
first,
or whatever.
I get to
what
kick
is the
it- I
landlord?
get to kick his ass.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's
I'm saying,
cool.
what if you're not the challenger? What do you get? Because you're just sitting there.
Well, he gets whatever we're
Minding
arguing
your
about.
business.
Yeah. He gets the
I
rent to
think
go
that's why
up.
it works in a
Yeah.
in a landlord.
Yeah, the rent
situation.
can
So the rent
go
can
up.
go up.
And then Dan can never ask about it again.
So you have to have an established
Mm-hmm.
dispute. You can't just be like,
You can't
I-
just
Oh,
want to fight.
I don't like that
people.
guy's face.
No,
I'll punch him.
I mean, most people that I want to fight, there's a legitimate reason. I guess, have you ever met somebody that you're just like, I don't like you, I don't fight you?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah, but
people,
what can they do about that?
I just feel like all the
I mean,
people,
like what, like J-Roc was saying, like there has to be like an exchange.
Yeah. So you couldn't just call them out and just be like,
Yeah,
just
you
cause,
just be
just
like,
'cause.
oh, you're ugly. I want to fight you. Like they can't stop being ugly.
Well, no, you could. But like, if you kick their ass, then they have to go get plastic surgery. No questions asked. There you go. If you're just like, oh, I don't like the way that he talks.
But then what do you? If they win, then what do they get?
Then you get their face tattooed on your arm.
I don't know.
There
I don't
you
know
go.
about this.
There you go. And then you have to sit with it for the rest of your life, staring at their face.
I guess that works for that situation in particular.
So
I don't know. You have landlord fights. We could have
marriage disputes,
doctor fights, marriage fights.
Yeah.
Doctor fight, like
if
patients fighting their doctors or doctors fighting doctors.
both.
Well, if the doctors
I would
aren't getting
say-
along,
Yeah.
yeah, like there's a bunch of doctors on YouTube who say dumb shit, and then there's other doctors who come along and say that's dumb shit. We could watch them fight.
And then the winner gets to publish their research, their thesis, and be like, "I was right,
I don't
you
think
were
we
wrong."
should do science that way. That's
No,
yeah.
I feel
wanna
like
back this up.
Sounds like a bad way to go.
Yeah, we shouldn't. I immediately saw the flaw in that plan.
Some like yoked out dude, but his like
He's
thesis
like,
is
this
like,
is how we do medical stuff now.
Liver King is
Yeah,
publishing all sorts of medical journals.
yeah. We don't want that. That's not good.
yeah.
So no doctor fights.
I still I think that's we're in a really shitty
I
society.
don't want the
wanna see where
Liver
that
King
goes.
making any medical decisions for me.
He just like published a whole like all these articles in different like
Nobody's
going to
be allowed to wear shirts medically. Like you're gonna need a fucking doctor's note to wear a top.
To have, yeah.
Yeah,
If you don't have a
You're
code,
like-
you can't.
you're
put
like,
a
I want to go
jacket on.
inside now. He's like, nope. 18 hours in the sun. Worship the sun.
Why aren't you red?
Get your 18 hours.
Science.
We're not gonna have to
demands
eat fucking liver.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
Could we do like I guess I was gonna say like presidents versus other presidents or the monarchy versus
I'd like to see someone fight Lincoln.
yeah.
Ooh,
That's already
that
was a movie. There's a movie based around that.
About fighting Lincoln.
Yeah.
Was
think
it
it's-
was it zombies?
No, it was vampires, I think.
Well, yeah, that's
Maybe it was
vampires.
werewolves. But it's still somebody fighting Lincoln.
Well, Lincoln was fighting.
It was actually a really good movie.
I want to see who's the ironic crook guy.
Oh,
Nixon?
Nixon.
Nixon. I want to see Nixon fight Lincoln.
Oh, Lincoln would whoop his
Yeah.
ass.
Oh, for
like
sure.
yeah, could you
That's why I
imagine
wanna see
Nixon
it.
fighting? He'd be like, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna run over there. I'm gonna hide in this corner.
Do they get to use their powers as president? So could Nixon like call in a?
Agnew. Can he call in
airstrike.
Agnew? Oh, I was
Or-
gonna say,
well-
is he gonna like tap in Agnew?
Could he break into the Lincoln's office or something?
Steal something
Very
from him.
poorly break into Lincoln's office and steal his
Wiretap
shoes.
it. Oh, I was gonna say.
Lincoln's got to fight with no shoes.
Takes his hat. So what do you do now?
All right. President fights and landlord fights.
Yeah.
We got two national pastimes that we can start up right away.
Mhm. Winner takes all, or whatever they want.
Oh,
really.
we should get baseball players to fight each other. That would make baseball watchable.
Why would you
The-
want baseball?
Occasionally, you watch it long enough, you'll see a fight in baseball.
Yeah, it takes too long, man. Plus, the games are too long in general. They should make them 30 minutes long, and there should be a fight at the end. Guaranteed.
A guaranteed fight.
That's why hockey kicks so much ass.
Just guaranteed.
It's not
fight.
guaranteed, but it's like 50%.
There's a really good chance.
Yeah,
I thought they made like rules that you can't fight, and then you get like in the box and stuff.
that's false. There are no rules in hockey.
Like college, you can't. College
No.
hockey can't. But
Yeah.
No rules in hockey.
Yeah, there's no rules at all.
So you just be out there in the nude.
You can.
It's good.
you don't want to be.
It's cold. That ice is cold. That's why they
Yeah.
don't do that.
Plus, those pucks get flying.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
take that to a Bear Johnson. That's not gonna feel good.
Bear
It's
Johnson.
not even fun if you take it to a covered Johnson.
Yeah.
That
Or
has
should.
happened to me.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the right face that you're making.
Covered
Hurts.
Johnson sounds like something like
Like a shitty band.
yeah, I was gonna say a shitty band, like acoustic.
A Jack Johnson cover band.
Yuck. Ugh. All right.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly what we were talking about.
Oh,
just now, but-
landlords.
landlords.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those guys suck.
Fuck them.
The last one that I had was actually pretty cool, but most of them suck.
I'm just. Why did he decide to? Do you know why he decided to sell or?
money.
Well, the landlord that I had wasn't the owner, so I don't know.
Oh, gross.
The only reason anybody sells anything because they're fucking greedy assholes.
money.
Yeah.
To get money.
Well, I think also when we rented our last place, they sold because it was just like too much, and they were kind of like an elderly couple. I think they wanted to get out of it and retire.
But I think that's his point is, if you just have, an elderly couple and they want to retire, they don't want to do it anymore. And they have they have some extra income. So they buy a house to invest. And I think that's actually a good thing because, rentals do serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Like they're a good thing. It's when it's instituted, like BlackRock comes in and just gobbles up houses and doesn't give a shit how much they're going to pay for it. So they just pay whatever like sight unseen. They pay ungodly amounts for a house. Because and then as soon as this house sold for what it did, it made every other house around it get that much more expensive.
They know that's how they do it, and they keep doing it so that they're kind of backfilling the bullshit buys that they made because they just buy more houses in the same neighborhood and keep driving everything up.
By effect, so they probably have one just a couple of houses over from here that they made more.
I'm sure.
There are towns in Colorado now that, like, because Airbnb was going that way, there were whole towns of like Airbnbs, and that couldn't feed the economy. Like nobody could live there. It was like a whole big weird thing. So now there are towns where, in order to own an Airbnb, you have to live in the town, and you have to be like working in the town and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty interesting. I know people who own Airbnbs that they now move to the town and they're working in the town.
I don't remember the exact percent, but I think San Francisco and Austin, there were several cities that were getting like
cities,
disproportionate amount of institutionally owned homes of not citizens of the
and
town.
they made it illegal to do that, which is what they should be doing with
the
rentals.
Yeah,
like if there's, especially now where there's a time of extreme need and there's low inventory. Nobody should be buying houses to keep them off the market or to make money.
And just gross.
But that's what we do here in the Estados Unidos. Is we commodify the things that are necessary for people to have, like housing and medical shit and food. That's the most expensive shit that we have.
Travel, even. I mean.
Travel.
They say driving's a privilege, but really, in a city like ours, I mean, you have to.
You have to have a car.
Yeah. And then what's even better is they were talking about shutting down a road that isn't being used for like a bike highway. Oh boy, the comments on that were like, they were not good.
Here they want to do that?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. It's somewhere down. I sent it to you. It was something.
I don't remember which road it was.
Yeah, but people were very. It was like it's
Remember how like. I don't know, not that long ago before you found that article, I was saying that's exactly what we should be doing is shutting down like an east to west road and a north to south road that's just for bikes. Because if a lot of people would ride their bike more if they felt like they were going to get smashed by some douchebag in an F-250 on the side of the road.
Like the trail systems here are pretty good, I feel like, but it'd be cool if they I bike everywhere.
Yeah, but they don't really. I mean, you can't get to the other side of town. It's fine on
this side.
It'd have to be the everyday stuff. So it'd have to be grocery store, work.
Yeah.
Doctor's office, stuff like the stuff you do day to day would have to be accessible by bike.
There are plenty of cities in other countries where they're set up exactly that way, where they have public transit, which we don't have. They have trails for bikes, and you don't even need a car. But
the comments were very spicy.
Yeah, everyone lost their minds.
Yeah, they were just like, well, if they don't pay taxes, I was just like, well,
why would they not pay taxes?
Yeah, it was just very weird. It was so
everybody
weird.
knows bicycles
until they pay taxes, then they could. I was just like, I'm pretty sure that they. It was just it's all weird.
Paid sales tax on the bike, and they probably live here also, so they pay taxes.
Yeah.
I think it's because like we pay like but they would be paying for the roads too. Like, what do they want? Like a license plate or registration or what? I don't know.
I mean, if they wanted to do it that way, I'm sure everyone would gladly pay their fucking
dues
and pitch in.
I would.
I don't want to pay registration for my bike.
Well, you don't have to if you're not going to use the road. So you don't have to pay for registration on your car either. But if you want to drive it on the road, you have to.
But then that will, I mean, and then people would blur the lines, so then it would turn into a whole big deal, I think.
Well,
Because
we'll
then it'd
just
be like
kill
Jared's
those
like, I was
people.
just going around
We'll
the
just
block.
make those people fight the landlords.
No, okay.
Yeah, the city can bring a dispute.
Yeah. We can. Oh, we could
Instead of
fight
like-
the city.
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing about that though.
Yeah.
They wouldn't put their top people. You'd only be fighting their goons. They wouldn't put the people in fighting positions.
Can I-
No, you
can
can't. No champions, no substitutions.
Oh, so you have to call out the person,
The person
by name.
you call out.
But I don't know who in the city that I'm upset at.
Like the comptroller or something.
Yeah.
You just like you
Whoever
did
that
Google
is here.
them.
Whoever he is.
Yeah.
If he's an old piece of shit, dude, he has to fight you or his nudes come out. Then maybe he shouldn't be such a douchebag to
Yeah.
everyone, and no one would want to fight him.
Yeah, that's true.
See, the world would be a better place.
Yeah,
if-
you would benefit because you would start changing your tune a little bit.
yeah.
Like, did you just use some spiciness with me? Be like, no, we're cool, man.
No, man, we're fine.
We're cool.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Mm.
More fighting. We need more fighting. More violence is the answer. We've always known it. All right, we've been doing this for a while. Probably going to wrap this up.
Yeah.
No.
All right, this is the last one, guys. We're going to wrap this one up.
No, the last episode.
Last episode ever. We quit now.
Yeah.
Bye.